Okay, cord spacing. Between 1 and 2 is A. Between 2 and 3 is B. Between 3 and 4 is C. Between 4 and 5 is D. Between 5 and 6 is E. A, B, C, D, and E. Okay, this is the Albatross by SFS Weaver. Of course, you guys know that I've gone through a hurricane. The power finally came on, so it should be a little easier today doing this video. A few things. A lot of the designers send us picture tutorials, and they're not really very specific on how to do the knots, or they tighten them too much where you really can't see what's going on. This is one of those cases, is that the knots were very tight. So I did my own small interpretation until they told me, the actual designer told me that it was fine. I still think he was doing something with one of the cords, and I wish that when they would actually take the pictures, the knots would be a little bit loose so we can see more or less what's going on. Well, anyway, let's start. So it's a slightly modified version, and you'll see why, because the albatross part, it looks like a bird, and my wings, from not being able to interpret the picture well, were actually like sliding inwards towards the center. So I had to do it a little bit different, and I might show you both ways. If not, you'll see when you see the picture, and I'm going to show you the picture and I'll talk you through it. All right, so the first thing you're going to do is grab your accent cord, right one, go under, out through E, and you're going to throw it to the back. You're going to grab your left accent cord, go under, out through A, and to the back. Now this one's going to always start with your right cord. So you're going to go under the core, out through C, and down through A. Now you're going to grab your left cord, you're going to go under the core, out through C, and down through E. And it's going to look something like that. Now what we're going to do is that you're going to grab your, you could go, at this point you could go with either cord, so we're going to keep with the right one. So we're going to go down C, out through E, pull it, leave this gap here because this is where we're going to put the cord down, and you'll see it in the second knot a little bit clear. Then we're going to pull and get it like that. So that's what the knot is going to look like. So we're going to grab our left cord, we're going to go over, down through C, out through A. Now this is for the first one. The second one is going to be a little bit different. The second one, we're going to loop over this one, and it's going to go down this one. So for the first one, we're going to go down here, and our pulling, because you know I'm always pulling, it's going to be this cord coming out of the A and this cord coming from E. So we're going to tighten it up a bit. And we pull the gap. Now we're going to pull the cord coming out through A, tighten it up pretty good, and we're going to pull the slack. That's our setup. All right, so now the knot begins. We grab our right accent cord. We're gonna go under, down, over, down C, and out to the back. And we're gonna put it in between this gap. That's more or less the albatross, where it looks like a bird. We're gonna pull it, and more or less like that. Okay, now we grab our right cord. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna go under, out through C, and down through A. We're gonna grab our left cord. We're gonna go under, out through C, and down through E. And once again, it's gonna look like that. Now, here's the modification, which I don't know if this is correct, but this is the way we're gonna do it. My accent cord is coming out the center of these two in the front. So basically I'm gonna go around all the black ones, and I'm gonna do 2 more knots so you can see it correctly once we start with the knot. So you're gonna grab our accent cord. We're gonna go out through E with the right one. We're gonna grab our left one, and we're gonna go out through A. All right, so it's to the sides. Now here's where I modify it. We're gonna grab our right cord. We're gonna go over, down through C, out through E, and instead of going in this gap here, I'm gonna go down this gap over here. So it's gonna be like that. Let's grab our left cord. We're gonna go over, down through C, out through A. And remember, I'm not gonna take it over here. I'm gonna pull it in through here. That'll give you a wider span on the wings. Okay, so tighten up. Start pulling. And we pull the slack. What that did is that it keeps this part of the wing further outside the edges. The way I was doing it before, which, like I told you, there's something missing in the picture, where it was pulling it inward. So this part over here was actually almost looked like it was coming out of the D, and the other one coming out of the B. So let's pull this one with the A, tighten it up good, and pull the slack. All right. So here we go with our right accent cord. We're gonna go down C in the center. Remember, once again, in between the gap. And we're gonna pull it out and to the front. Left cord, down the center, between the gap, and to the front. Now, here's where I change it also. You're gonna come around and over this cord here with your right one, and you're gonna come out through E. Not gonna tighten up, but you're gonna keep it there. You're gonna grab your left one, around, the one on the left, come out through A, and pull it up there. Okay, now we do our knot again. Grab our right cord, we go under, out through C, and down through A. Grab our left cord, we go under, out through C, and down through E. And once again, I'm going to go over. And remember, I'm not going to put the cord in through this gap. I'm going to put it in right after that. So I'm going to go over, down through C, out through E, and then down through E, where that first loop forms. Okay. Going to grab our left one. I'm going to go over the core, down through C, out through A, and we can say that we're going just over the first chord right here. All right, now we start pulling. We're going to pull E and A. Okay, pull the slack. Get it fairly tight up there. Pull the the A, sorry. Get it tight up there. And pull the slack. Now this cord is 650. I should be getting 550 soon. I just ordered it. But with all the hurricane, everything's been delayed. So it's a little bit tougher to work with this cord. All right, once again, we grab our accent cord, our right. We go on out, down through C, and out to the back. Grab our left cord, down through C, and out to the back. Remember to get the wingspan. You can turn it around and mold it in. All right, now you grab, remember, our accent cord. We're gonna go around the cord and out through E. And to the back. I'm gonna go around, under and out through A, and to the back. And we start all over. That's your bracelet. So go all the way to the end, and I'm gonna, a lot of people have been asking me, how do I end the bracelet? I have one finished here. I left the gap that I'm gonna talk about, so I'll put it in the next segment. Hang on a second. Okay, so let me show you the ending. I grab cords, my accent cords, I hide them underneath. I could also use them as part of the cord for the bracelet, but since I did an independent core for this one, I'll keep it separate and I'll use the cord for the core. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is that I've got to look to see which way the cords are going. In this case, I'm going to go under this one and out. Same thing as this. If I were using this one, I would go under, out this one, and then tie the bracelet on this side. Now remember, it's very important that you reach all the way down here where you have enough room just for the cord. So you're going to have the same size of the cord down here. So in this case, since I've got this large gap, if I didn't have that, I would just come out through here and that's it. Done. Tie it on the other side and finished over here. In this case, I have to fill that gap. So one way is to do this. This is what I do. I'll either come over or under. In this case, I'm going to come under, and I'll show you why. Because I want the cords to face downwards. All right, so I've got that one, and let's give the left one. Come out. Okay, now I'm partially done. And some people would actually leave it like that, but not me. So then I'm going to grab my left one, and I'm going to go down the same hole on the right side. Forming like a cross. Then I'm going to grab my right one and come down the hole on the left. And then I would squeeze it tight just to make it look a little bit better. I would cut and cinch these things over here. And this should give you a fairly good idea on how I finish my bracelets. But it's all interpretation. Like I told you, if the cords are facing downward, you would come upward. If they're facing upward, you would go downward. In this case, we're crossing over and then we're going downward. Now it's just basically putting it through here. Through here. And you got your bracelet.